Hey everyone, Diavolo here, and in today's video we're going to be going over my thoughts and predictions on the up and coming chapters for this Three Deities arc. I'll mainly be focusing and talking about Terano and the Brahman guys, as they seem to be kind of the forefront for where we're at in the manga currently. And if you guys want me to make more weekly prediction videos kind of similar to this, then be sure to let me know down in the comment section as well, as it's been pretty difficult, I'd say, over these last 2 weeks to find any kind of legitimate spoilers for the manga, as there kind of really haven't been any floating around. There's only been people kind of trying to dupe me or dupe other people who put spoilers out with these fake panels, I guess you could say. So on weeks where there's obviously no spoilers and I'm not contacted by the person who usually gets legitimate ones from Japan, then I'll be sure to make kind of similar prediction videos like this on where I think the series will be headed, because it's kind of annoying getting to the weekend for me and then realizing that I'm not going to be able to have a video to upload because I haven't been able to find any spoilers or something like that. So if you guys want this, then be sure to let me know down below like I've just said. But anyway, enough of that, let's move into this video. So obviously throughout the last chapter we got South's backstory. We learned that he was originally born in Japan, but then travelled with, I think, his mother to the slums or to the favelas in Brazil. And we find out that in the favelas in Brazil he's raised by a man named Dino from a young age and becomes someone who expresses himself through music and violence, especially as at the age of 5 he was able to shoot and kill one of Dino's enemies for him, or a few of them it says in each chapter at least. So what I'm thinking, or at least what I've thought from that idea of Terano right there being able to shoot and kill one of Dino's enemies initially, is actually that could possibly be a foreshadowing for someone else showing up in his own gang and shooting him, as there's kind of this dog eat dog lifestyle, I guess you could say, inside his own gang, or that's kind of what he's growing up in. As we know, we later find out that just after that he ends up killing or brutally beating to death Dino in his bed. So obviously that dog eat dog world, he ends up becoming the leader of the gang, and that's why other people in the gang obviously think shooting takemichi and shooting Draken per se will give them a higher ranking in the game, because they believe killing people is going to bring them closer to the top. But this could have all been spoken to them by Terano, obviously, once he had formed Brahman over that year that he, was building it up and everything. But yeah, no, it's extremely interesting. What I want to know is kind of obviously there was a time period from the age, I'm pretty sure, when he was 14 to the age of what he is now. I'm not even sure what age he exactly is now. If anyone does know, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, because I'm pretty sure it hasn't even told us. He could. The funny thing right now, if this man is 15 or 16, I'm going to lose my my shit, because that just wouldn't make any sense to me, man. He's absolutely huge. If it's only been say the year or two, it's only been 2 years, say, since he's come back and started living with his grandparents, then I'm totally not going to fall for that, man. It does not seem right. This man's not been given a correct birth year or something along those lines. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so I am wondering, how many years have passed in between him coming back and starting to live in Japan with his grandparents, and how long before he went to juvie, and what did he end up having to go to juvie for in Japan? He was already there before the kantou incident, so it's quite interesting. Obviously, all of the backstories kind of have ended now, so we probably are throughout the next chapter going to get a massive showdown or a massive battle between all these legends and this tyrant. So it's going to be awesome to finally see them actually, have a fight for the first time in ages. We've had hits here and there, but we actually haven't had a proper fight really going on. It's just been a hit, a lot of talking, a hit, a lot of talking. But I want to see some, Tenjiku arc esque type battles right now. I don't think that the undefeatable duo of Benkei and Wakasa are going to be able to beat Terano, even with the age difference. We've just been shown throughout this last chapter that doesn't really matter, because at the age of 12 or whatever he was, he ended up killing his so-called stepfather. So obviously that's just tried to take away that age gap and pretty much show that there's no age gap that really matters for Terano, because he's such a brute force of a person who can absolutely destroy anyone and anything in his path to becoming the strongest. But enough of Terano for now. Quickly, we'll just go over to Mikey. I'm extremely interested to wonder what Mikey is going to do once these people have been defeated. Is Senju going to step in and try and defeat Terano by herself, or is Mikey and Takemichi and the other guys all kind of going to form up to try and defeat Terano here. That could be a huge possibility, with the idea of like Takemichi possibly, you know, like revigorating Mikey in a way to get him back on track so that they can like fight to take down this guy who's, you know, possibly trying to kill all of the old Tomen members, and he's starting with Draken here. It's just an idea or something to go on. But Mikey, like, who has just been standing there the entire time, has kind of given us no like indication that he even knows that this has happened to Draken. He's been asked if he cares, as I've said about in the last few chapters, with no regard or no kind of reply that he even realizes what's just happened or what's just gone down. So I'm extremely confused on like where he is in his head at the moment. Usually he would be out there fighting with everyone as well, kind of showing how strong he is, rallying everyone on his side to fight and do more. But now he's just kind of letting Sanzu get out there and fight everyone with weapons and do all the damage himself, which is extremely interesting and something that I didn't think we'd see from Mikey, while he kind of stands cluelessly at the back there. So I'm really hoping Takemichi can somehow swell Mikey to change his like actions or change how he's acting, and get him to notice that Draken has actually passed, or Draken has actually taken a lot of damage here, and possibly through that, you know, they could end up fighting together to try and take down Terano, with both of them perhaps even losing to him. Just a possibility. And while they're losing and dying on the ground, Takemichi could possibly shake hands with Mikey. That there is obviously just a thought, kind of in a similar way to how Takemichi and Naoto passed away. I know Ken likes to take a lot of stuff from other arcs, or it seems like he's taken a lot of stuff from other arcs for this arc here initially. So it would make sense if there is some kind of big moment where he has to go back to the future. And as I've said, I believe, you know, Kazutora has to be a part of this overall plan. And I never really knew how Takemichi was going to get to the point where he was going to be able to shake Mikey's hand so that he could travel back to the future and then try and fix things with Kazutora. But I think the idea of Mikey possibly losing while Takemichi is helping him in a fight, and then they both collapse to the ground, with even, say, Terano, you know, pulling out a gun and trying to shoot them both, or trying to kill Takemichi and Mikey, because he was losing the fight, and then he, you know, he goes back to his, you know, old ways, pulls out the gun just to get the upper hand, because maybe that's something that he's done in the past before. But obviously, I don't have a clue, and I really don't know. This is absolutely insane, and I can't wait until this next chapter does come out in a like day or two now. So I'm pretty sure when you guys see this, it'll be like a day and a half when it does come out. I've got a lot of stuff in the pipe works for videos at the moment. That's why you haven't, you know, seen as much content from me. But if you guys do want to see more of these prediction videos every single week, then be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. If not, then in a couple of days you'll have my All Deaths in Jujutsu Kaisen video out, and the rest of the arcs for Tokyo Revengers Explained will also all be out in their own like kind of separate videos. And I'm also going to split the Jujutsu Kaisen video up into 2 videos itself, kind of explaining all of the cursed spirit and all of the Jujutsu sorcerers in their own videos as well. So you guys have got, I guess, all of that to look forward to up and coming in the next week, along with, if you guys want me to, I'm going to, you know, catch up on Demon Slayer now that it's actually releasing. I'm going to watch the movie and then catch up on the season to get a little bit more of that information that they possibly missed, you know, from the manga. And then I'm going to read the latest arc that is currently out and catch up on that. And then I'm going to do some videos on Demon Slayer for you guys as well if you are interested in that. So be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. So a lot of stuff coming up in the future, but I've only got so much time, so I can only do so much at a time, I guess you could say. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you do enjoy my stuff, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, as I really appreciate it, and it helps out more than you guys could imagine. Same with hitting that like button. But anyway, enough of that. For now, it's been your professional degenerate, Diavolo, and I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.